What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. Tonight we're going to be doing a Smackdown review. We started off with a recap of last week's match with Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton. We then have Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura cutting rather 80s old style promos about their match tonight. We cut to the ring where James Ellsworth and Carmella are out in the ring. As James Ellsworth starts announcing Carmella, Kevin Owens comes out. He tells the referee that he's going to be the referee tonight. Shane McMahon comes out and basically tells Kevin Owens to stop blaming Shane himself for all of Kevin Owens' failures. Kevin Owens starts to run down Shane McMahon, starts bringing his kids into it, to which Shane McMahon says, "Do not mention my kids ever again." Kevin Owens then says that the world will probably be a lot better if Shane McMahon died in that helicopter crash a couple months ago, including his kids, to which Shane McMahon began to beat down on Kevin Owens. After the fight is broken up, we then go backstage. Kevin Owens tells Daniel Bryan that he's going to sue the WWE and press charges against Shane McMahon. We then come to our first match, Carmella versus Natalya. This is a pretty good match. Towards the end of the match, James Ellsworth jumps onto the ring and drops the Money in the Bank case. The referee is a little confused, thinking that they're trying to cash in. Carmella tells him, no, that's not what I'm doing. This distracts her enough to let Natalya roll her up for the pin. After the match, Carmella runs down James Ellsworth and says it's over. We then have Dolph Ziggler coming out, and he runs down the crowd, how they're always looking for people with gimmicks. So he goes into the back. John Cena's music hits. He comes out acting like John Cena. He comes back out with Randy Savage's music, acting like Randy Savage, which I kind of drew the line on. That was a little inappropriate. Then he goes back and comes out with all the neon lights and everything for Naomi. Then he tells the crowd that they make him sick. We then have a rematch from last week, Sami Zayn versus Aiden English. This was an match. I really wasn't too crazy about it. Wasn't crazy about it last week either. Aiden English won this match. After the match, Aiden English started to sing again. Sami Zayn got sick of it and ran him into the backstage. Speaking of backstage, we have a segment of Daniel Bryan talking to the New Day. The Usos come out and say that their match next week for the Smackdown titles is going to be a street fight. Daniel Bryan gets a phone call and says that he has to go out to the ring, cut the commercial, come back. Daniel Bryan comes out, says Shane McMahon needs to come out to the ringside. Daniel Bryan tells him, as per Vince McMahon, he is indefinitely suspended. Our next match is Baron Corbin versus Ty Dillinger with AJ Styles at ringside. This is a really good match. I liked it. There were a lot of near falls throughout this match. By way of a cheap shot, Baron Corbin got the pin on this one. We cut later backstage, and AJ Styles tells Ty Dillinger that next week they're going to have a U.S. title match together. Which brings us to our main event, Randy Orton versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the opportunity to face Jinder Mahal at Hell in a Cell. This was a really good match. I liked Shinsuke Nakamura attempted to do a triangle submission on Orton. Randy Orton reversed it into a power bomb, which I thought was rather impressive. That takes a lot of strength in order to lift someone from a dead position like that. Shinsuke Nakamura got the Kinshasa for the win. So at Hell in a Cell, we're going to have Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal. As Shinsuke is celebrating in the ring, we cut backstage. Daniel Bryan tells Kevin Owens that next week Vince McMahon is coming to SmackDown to address everything that happened. Kevin Owens looked a little bit concerned, for lack of a better term, as we close out with Shinsuke Nakamura still celebrating in the ring. This is a pretty good SmackDown. The only match that I wasn't really too crazy about was the Aiden English Sami Zayn match, but everything else was pretty good. The bit with Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens, that was pretty good. I'm going to take a stab in the dark and predict that maybe at Hell in a Cell, there's going to be a match with either Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, or the fact that Undertaker was seen at SummerSlam this past month, that Undertaker is going to make another appearance. We're just going to have to see. We'll wait until next week to hear from that and the coming weeks leading up to Hell in a Cell. But that'll do it for this episode of Smackdown Review. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's Smackdown, or what you thought of this video. If you like it, please hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See you.